to have a big old sloppy mud fight for real with the actors, with pigs. It was really satisfying.
So, Peaky Blinders was originally meant to be 7 seasons, but the final one had to be cut, and instead we got this quite brilliant film. But how different would the ending have been if the series was completed in the original way?
Well, the plan was always to end with the film. There's a clip of me being interviewed after the end of the first series, when it was just a little BBC Two thing, very confidently saying, OK, we're going to take this to the Second World War and it's going to be a film. And here we are. But, I mean, Series 7 didn't happen because of the pandemic, but there would have been a Series 7, then there would have been this film. Series 7 wouldn't have been in the war, because I always wanted to end it with a feature film in the war, yeah.
Oh, in the 7th season, what would it have been? Would it like be a setup to the movie, like a bit more in between time?
I don't know, actually, because the pandemic happened and I hadn't even started to think about what season 7 would be.
Maybe it would have been some of the backstory stuff that happens in the film.
It probably would have been, the thing that we can't
talk about.
the spoiler, yeah.
Tommy Shelby is a character who's been loved by fans over a decade now. How was it like to write and direct the final scenes of such an iconic character?
Yeah, you are aware that this character has become a silhouette that people recognise, that he's become a bar, lots of bars, that he's become a cocktail, that he's become all kinds of things. And so in writing the ending, you do feel that you've got to do this in a particular way. In the end, because of what I'd written in the films so far, there was only one way to end it, and that's what you see on the screen.
When you're shooting something, there's so many things that feel important. You know, every moment is important, is the truth, and you don't put too much weight in it at the time, because you can't. Otherwise, you'd be stifled by the pressure, I think. So you get on with the work, and each day is so busy. You just go through to the next day, and it's only sometimes when you finish, you go, "Oh, that was a moment. That was something important that we just did." So I feel that about it now, and I'm really looking forward to an audience seeing it and sharing that with us, because we've had it a long time, and now we're handing it on to the audience.
So when watching a film, like in the end, there is something that happens we can't talk about yet, but was it always sort of the plan? Because when I went to the movie and watched it, I was like, it can end in a different way, but it still was portrayed like a shocking kind of thing. But was it like always the plan of this character? Yeah, I knew it had to end like that, but the way it ended kind of still shocked me and wrecked me a little bit emotionally.
Good. The ultimate consequence was always planned. The nature of how it happens.
I think there was it happened quite early. Like the way it happened quite early, but it wasn't like the first draft, because I remember reading it for the first time and going, that's right. That's, when you just find it and you go, that's what it needs to be.
So you both were like doing a series already. How different was it like to have like a series, like a whole season to shoot, and then a movie? In
terms of writing, you've got less time, so you have to really focus on one thing. You haven't got the ability to sort of go to lots of different stories running in parallel. You've got to be focused, and the story was about Tommy Shelby. And the time difference, you've got to have a beginning, middle and end. It feels more like a series is a novel and a film is a short story.
Yeah, it's definitely different. We had, a bigger production budget, so more money to spend. We had more time. We could do all the things that we dreamed of doing during the series, and we tried to do, and we did achieve some of, but we could really go for it in the film. And so that's really satisfying to be able to do that in all sorts of ways, whether that's time with the actors to get things right, or whether that's shooting on film, or whether that's blowing things up, or whether that's taking the time you need to have a big old sloppy mud fight for real with the actors, with pigs. It was really satisfying to be able to do. I loved doing it, and I think you can feel it and see it on the screen.
What would you tell Peaky Blinders fans, like before going to the movie, like you have to watch the series beforehand?
A lot of people have rewatched the series in preparation, which is great.
Yeah, me too.
but you don't need to have seen the series in order to enjoy the film, and I know people who didn't know the series who went to see the film and loved it. So yeah,
I know lots of people who have seen the film and have then never seen the series and now started watching the series.
Yeah, we heartily recommend that you do that.
It's like you watch the movie first and then you get a prequel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.